Boom.
Heyo.
Heyo. That is right, buddy. East Coast meets West Coast.
Let's go.
Man, you guys on the West Side have been busy.
It has been a busy time. And right now the East Coast is busy. You got haul and crawl going on.
We got the haul and crawl happening.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys if you're watching. You're probably scale trailing or doing a night run actually about now.
Enjoying a badass night run to forgive me, I haven't been on Facebook at all. Is there any post or reason? Did you mention why we're not there? Why you specifically are not there?
I did not post on Facebook, but I'll tell you.
I just wanted to, pet owner to pet owner express my sympathy.
I appreciate it. So I was supposed to be at Haul and Crawl. I was supposed to leave on Wednesday and enjoy time with Reef and Brock and all the guys, Corey and Scott and all the guys down there. But unfortunately, when I got back from Proline by the Fire, our red healer, Bella, she was at the boarding facility getting groomed, and she had a seizure. And unfortunately, she didn't recover from it. So she shut down, and we got to say our goodbyes at the animal hospital. The only way a pet owner knows how, and that's in our arms. Yep. But yeah, so with that traumatic experience, I just decided to stay home with the wife and kind of lick our wounds, so to speak, of that heartbreak. So it's not been an easy few days by any means, but this is a good distraction for me, and I need to do something beside mourn for Bella. And tomorrow, getting up early, and I'm going crawling with the locals here. So trying to sweat out some of this sadness and replace it with some happiness. So yeah,
bravo.
That's why I'm not at Haul and Crawl.
And again, my heart goes out to you and Heidi. A pet owner, it takes a pet owner to get it. I know that. I've met plenty of pet owners or non-pet owners that have no sympathy when it comes to these things, and it's becomes a thing of the family. My only question would be the seizure. Was that the first time you've ever?
Yeah, first time. So Bella's a diabetic. If you've ever experienced a diabetic dog, it's a lot. So it's 2 shots a day at very specific times. My schedule was built around her. So we've lived that life for over almost 2 years with her with diabetic, as being a diabetic dog. And things went poorly at the kennel, and we'll just leave it at that. But it just it sucks.
The only reason I mentioned it is because some dogs live with this. We have a cat that will have a seizure, maybe once a month. It just, we know when it's going to happen, or we can't predict when it's going to happen. We're just used to it now, not medicated. I grew up with a dog that we gave phenobarbital to, like, on a daily to subside in, because they got, so they can live with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Our beagle, that kind of passed the torch to Bella. Our beagle, she had seizures in her last year, and we dealt with that as well. So we know the seriousness of what's going on. So I appreciate that.
Okay, not to sound rude, we'll just transition right into something else, because I just don't think there's any other proper segue.
Yeah, let's
just kind of rip the Band-Aid off and keep going.
Yeah, as a grown man, I'm kind of.
We're going on. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Without because there is no not one thing is more important than the other. I guess out of the gate, Proline by the Fire. I guess that's the easiest roll into this thing.
That's the easiest one. So we got there Wednesday. We rented an RV trailer on site, so we stayed on site, which was the first time I had done that, and it won't be the last. Like that.
Okay.
That is something you need to do if you're able to do that.
Because why? The convenience of being there, or the nightlife around? Because it turns into a little
all of it.
Okay.
All of it. So it's the convenience factor. You don't have to go in and out.
Yep.
There's no external distractions with traffic or parking or anything like that. My truck didn't move from Wednesday until Sunday morning when we left. But the nightlife, you get to go do the night runs. You don't have to worry about the curfew and the gate and all that nonsense.
You're there. Yeah.
Yeah. It just made life a lot easier. And I was able to do that as one of, supporting Reefs in his tent for the launch, the big launch.
We're putting a pin in that right now.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that one. But Proline got a little weird at the end. On Friday, we were shooting the shit with Andy Ziegler, and he's like, "Hey, like today's the last day at Horizon," and I'm like, "No shit, like that's cool. What are you doing?" So after 19 and a half years at Verizon or so, give or take, he's moving on. So he's working with the university in Illinois. I think it's Illinois, Indiana, Illinois, whatever. Working with the university now. So
a complete departure from the hobby.
From the hobby, but not the job. So he's an event guy, right? So he's doing events for the college, which is a big stage out there. You're talking concerts and other venues and all that opportunity that comes with that. So he's moving up. He's taking a good title job. But it was a little sad to see him go. It was felt a little bit on Saturday. The new guys were maybe not quite comfortable yet behind the mic. They kind of showed a little bit at the final raffle and such. But overall, the event went very well. I was able to go out and crawl with the guys in the morning and in the evenings. And it was a good time. I like Proline. I enjoyed it more being able to drive there than fly there. So I was able to bring a little bit more of the toy box.
That's right. This was your first year driving. Wow.
Yeah. And loading the truck for camping for 4 days and crawlers is a little bit different. So I got a smaller truck now. I have a GMC Canyon AT4 X, and it's a little smaller than my Silverado, so I had to pack a little smarter. Thankfully, I brought my generator just in case, and that paid dividends because the one in our trailer was the loudest thing next to a earthquake, and the plug kept falling out. So I just ran my generator. My little quiet 2K Yamaha did good work over the weekend. So
that is badass.
Yeah, it was a good time.
New vendor support. So Proline by the Fire is always right after the Las Vegas NERSA event.
The NERSA show. Yeah.
I'm never gonna say it was designed to be that way at all. No. But how freaking cool! Like, I just seen a lot of people shift from.
So there's people at NERSA that were obviously at Proline because it was close by and the weekend after. But you have to remember, NERSA ends in the middle of the week.
Yeah, you're killing time.
So people had a little bit of time to kill in the mid, but new vendors there, like first time ever, Boom Racing was at Proline by the Fire, which, you know, I talked to Jason. He talked to my wife. He found my wife actually first, and they talked for a while, and then I went over to talk for a while, and he was super stoked. He was very humbled at being invited out to Proline and being able to express Scaltra, the app for crawling, and it went very well. There was a challenge in Scaltra for Proline by the Fire. I think it just ended yesterday, but you could do your mileage with it. They have the same thing for haul and crawl. So even if you're not able to attend haul and crawl, you can go put in your scale miles on the Scaltra app in support of that event, which is what I'm going to do tomorrow. But
what's it doing? Are we raising money for?
No, it's just a, you know, a challenge, and
okay.
You know, an in-app challenge. I think it's 2 miles or something like that. But you get you get your badges or whatever, your success in Scaltra, your bragging rights or whatever it is.
And if you are new to this and you're not understanding what he is saying, he's not saying scale truck, not TRUCK at the end. It is literally. I'll work on throwing up the QR code for Scaltra.
Yeah, if you can, that'd be awesome.
I'll work on that. Yeah. Scaltra. I'm always spelling out that last word. It is an app. We're not going to dive into it. But go check it out.
Yes, definitely.
If you're missing it and hearing about it for the first time, go check it out.
Yep.
Scaltra.
You know, going by his booth and seeing the AWBs and getting the new wheel collection. So if you've been sleeping on Boom Racing and their Pro Build Series wheels, they just have brand new releases of classic, I would say, like Krager's, like American Krager SS's, in multiple different finishes that you can adjust the offsets in. And they are absolutely beautiful. 2 of the trucks, first place and second place in the Show and Shine Beauty Queens, both had Pro Build wheels on them.
Get out. Yeah.
So, you know, that's a big accomplishment. There's a lot of wheels out there in this world to choose from for tiny trucks, and 2 of them had Pro Builds. So one had beans and the other had the military, the militia style. Which, shout out to Scooter Scott, that Chimera that he built, freaking fantastic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go to Facebook and look up 307 Scoots or Scooter Scott and look at that Chimera build. It is dead on, beautiful.
Is it? Will we find it on his Instagram or something? I know
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a beautiful truck. He actually got a hold of the company that made the real 1-to-1 version, and they helped him spec a 10 scale. So all the right colors, all the right build. He had a bunch of vendors involved in it. So it worked out really, really well. The Show and Shine field was massive, to say the least, at Proline.
So is it the Hot Wheels?
Chimera. KY. Yes, that's it. Yep.
Wow. Holy crap.
Total wow.
Oh, so here's the 1-to-1 ridiculous ride.
Yeah.
So you can go and check that out. Wow, the detail, like down to the wheels, and
dead on.
Spent a lot of time worried about the detail.
Yep.
Bravo.
Yep. He did a fantastic job with it, for sure.
Fantastic. I love it.
Yeah. But the scale field was fantastic. Scale City, whole nother level.
Shout out Dan from My Trick RC.
To My Trick RC, like whole nother level. The restaurant Mel's Diner was fantastic. The only thing that I felt driving through it with my old rocker from Imagine from Elvis.
Yeah.
The only thing that I felt was a little out of control was the kids not respecting Scale City.
Okay.
There was a lot of knocking down light poles, not picking them up. There was a lot of drag racing on the street, which, you know,
they should have a back street for it.
There wasn't a lot of opportunity to photograph at night for scale trucks because it was overrun.
This song gets sung after every event.
Yeah. It was a really busy Scale City without a lot of direction and a lot of peacekeeping. Like there needed to be a Scale City police force to kind of quell some of the shenanigans, I guess, that were going on in there. And I know I got overrun by a group that was running hill killer type trucks, and I'm shooting my video, my truck rolling through the city real slow, and I got rear-ended by a cliffhanger, 2.2 tire truck. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I was in your way. And he was like, it's cool, man. You can move. I'll be out in a minute. Have a nice night. And it was like, okay, like no respect whatsoever. A little bit of that could be policed. So Dan, if you're listening, you need a police force next year. Happy to volunteer for an evening to keep people scale. But that's kind of it in a nutshell. Proline was Proline. It went fast, furious, and fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll segue from Proline to the big release on Thursday, if you're good with it.
Yep. No, it's perfect because we can come back to. I want to break down some of these other vendors at some point, specifically the micro crawling track, the $1 million micro stackable crawling track,
$2,600 mountain.
Yeah, exactly that one. I don't need to get into it tonight, but
yeah,
I'd like.
We'll save that one. But the micro stuff I stayed away from.
Okay,
I'm not.
Did they segregate it that much? Was there?
No.
Okay.
It was very integrated. There was a lot of it there. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not. It's not me right now. I'm not. I have no 18 scale crawlers.
Did you see a 30 scale there?
I did see it. I did not drive it. I talked to a couple of people that did drive it, but that's always, their thoughts. They won't be out till close to Christmas anyway. So
I didn't realize.
I'm not really.
I didn't realize they were that far out.
Yeah, it's way far out. I think the Broncos come in. Broncos are scheduled before Christmas, and I think
there was no reason to drop it. There's
no
reason to tease it 60 days before. I hate when they do that.
They wanted to show it at NERSA, and it's hard to keep that in pocket for that long. So they just here it is. They did give away one of the Jeeps, the green Jeeps. I think that was a influencer kit. They gave it away at Proline. As one of the prizes.
That's a badass prize.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Not high dollar value, but cool.
Not a high dollar value, but let's talk about that. That thing is expensive for the size.
Shut up.
So if you're looking for super ultra scale, right? So you have a couple choices in that size range, right? You have the new SCX 30, and you have the Kyosho offerings.
Yeah, which are very expensive.
Which are very expensive, but they're also very scale detailed, licensed bodies.
Yeah.
So it's Kyosho's been in that size market for quite a while. So now Axial's there, and now Red Cat is there as well. But Red Cat is more like a shrunken version of their 18th scale.
Correct.
So the SCX30 is not that shrunken version of the 24. It's different.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing. Yeah, totally. So
it falls in line with that Orlando.
I think the Orlando is 64th. I think they're smaller.
I thought they called it 32nd, but I
is it 32nd?
I don't. I know what you mean. There are some that go stupid small.
Mm-hmm. And I've had most of them.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I still have two of the Kyoshos. I think I have the Jimny and the Jeep somewhere. I haven't seen in a while, but I think they're still here. But they're cool, but they run on AAAs, so not cool. So there's a big difference there. There's a big gap. The SCX30 is obviously, powered by the same motors, the 24 scale, plus, all the other stuff that they did, but probably a better offering in that size than the Kyosho stuff. But yeah.
I want to go. Yeah, I roll into this XP10.
XP10. So if they're still available, there's probably very few, because I know when we left on Thursday, there was less than 80. And I think, or I'm sorry, when we left Sunday, there's less than 80 left of the 250 that were being pre-sold. So that Founders Edition, it may be sold out by now. If not, just go on the website. You'll be able to, it'll tell you right away. Pre-orders closed. But a lot of people were very excited about it, to say the least. So this is a very boutique, very specific, function-oriented truck with a lot of glitz. So aluminum axles, proprietary ring and pinion set, solid shaft for the front axle and rear axle that nobody's seen before. Brass outers, all the good stuff is there.
Oh,
serial numbered.
There's brass. I didn't notice.
Yeah, the front hubs and knuckles are brass.
You see them coming a mile away.
Yeah, so black and gold is definitely the theme, right? So the gold anodized transmission that's serial numbered, the skid plates that are serial numbered, everything is reefs. The shocks, everything is reefs, down to the rod ends. So he's been building up to this for 2 years. I've known about it for 2 years, like trying to go through all these iterations of building a world-class champion crawler, which Wyatt Mellon ran it to Worlds and finished. He is the world's champ with it. He did that in Portugal. So it's proven that it works.
I hope we can get Wyatt back here again, because we brought him in right after he did the pro build with Axial. Do you think we can get?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
I would love to see if we can get him back here to tell some of the behind the scenes that went into this, because I know there was a lot he learned with the pro build, and this was a new experience with Reef. So, there's not a lot of corporate red tape to cut through.
Exactly. So that's the biggest difference here.
He was off his leash to go crazy.
Yep. So, when you say build me the perfect axle, no expense spared, that's what he built. And it shows. Like that truck just does incredible things in incredible ways. Always. Like it just does it always. There's none of those built-in weak points that you must buy an upgrade for. All of that has been taken into account. So I've driven the truck. I drove it months before this release, I've seen it run multiple times. Actually, last Christmas at the Reefs holiday party, we got to drive it and we got to see it in its very so I've been about it for a time, but it just kept getting better, and I think it's in its truly best form. And for $1,400, I've spent multiple thousands of dollars for less, quite honestly. And that's why, out of all of this stuff, there's no class 2 crawlers. Part of my liquidation was to get rid of all that stuff because I knew that this was coming. And that's the only one I want to have going forward. So I got 2.
And for those that do know, did you mention how much it is? I'm just curious because when you see
$13.99.
$13.99 times 2,
yes.
People, you crazy bastard.
I
Coming from the man that started out 10 minutes ago, the SCX 30 is too expensive.
It's expensive, yeah. So I'm not rich. I'm irresponsible. To get that clear.
There's a difference.
There's a big difference. Now, I've been saving for this truck for quite some time because I knew it was coming, and I had a really good idea of what the price was going to be. So I've been saving, and I am a responsible adult in my 50s. So I definitely I planned for where other people may not have. But a firm is a thing, and shop pay is a thing, and you can make payments. You can make reasonable payments to get one of 250 that will ever be made Founders Editions and be in that club. So, if you're sitting on your hands and waiting for a $499 version, your hands are going to go numb. They are going to go numb. Don't sit on them.
So up in the upper left-hand corner, that is your Scaltra app. I probably could move it around. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there it is. I did get bodies. I did get bodies painted.
You can show them because you do not have your XP10 here. So
I don't have my XP10, but
the bodies are worth seeing.
The bodies are worth seeing. So this is the guy. I'll hold it up here for a second so you can scan it.
Okay.
This is the guy that painted them. It's Nomad Creations.
Shut up.
Nomad Creations. Now there's another Bradley Fine Line Designs is painting the XP10 Founders Edition paint livery. I'm getting one of those as well. I ordered it yesterday. That's the livery for the XP10. This is my livery for the XP10.
So how does his come? As a masking, or is that all you're buying?
Bradley Fine Line Designs does just like you saw on their video. There's 10 colors that you can choose from, and it's the same graphics as the Founders Edition that you saw on the commercial that Reefs did.
Okay.
This is mine. So obviously the AERC, it is all paint, no decal. I like the old school, so I had the old school put on it. But
wow.
I liked the blue. I'm a blue and gold person, right? So I had to do fire and ice. So I got 2 of them. So they're mirrors of each other in fire and ice. So these will be the bodies that I run. And they are magnificent.
They are both.
He did such a great job. And they are dead on mirrors of one another in different colors. So shout out to Nomad Creations.
Where's he out of?
Nomad Creations is I believe he's in Alabama.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but there it is again after seeing the body. If you want the QR code.
Shit.
Nomad Creations.
Bro, there's some detail.
And I ordered these bodies in May when I was at Beat the Creek. So if you're getting an XP10 and you want that Founders Edition livery, you better reach out to Bradley at Fine Line Designs and get yourself one ordered, because right now he's saying you will get delivery before the release, before the actual delivery in December. But the longer you wait, the farther you are down on the list. So just understand that. So if you want it for when it comes out, you need to do it soon. And you have to have an order number in order to order one of these plague bodies with the XP10 logos. So
Okay.
he will validate that with Rich at Reefs.
Is Nomad responsible for the one like that got released, the XP10?
No. That's Bradley Fine Line Designs. Nomad Creations just paints fantastic bodies. He just does fantastic work. So that's my shout out to him.
Love it.
If you don't want to do the Bradley Fine Line Designs, go talk to Nomad.
And you're a moron. Like, if you're gonna drop $1,400 on a rig, drop what, 200 to have somebody paint it for you. You know,
170. My quote was $175. I got it in my Army green livery, and $175. That's shipped in the lower 48, and that includes the body set. So that's not bad. That's not bad.
No.
And that's bedsides too. So
worth it. It's gonna sell the truck at the end. Like, that's the whole
and Kurt, good job. Good job.
Killed it.
You will not be disappointed. And make sure you are on the Facebook Founders group page too. All you need is your order number. You can search it, XP10 Founders Edition, and you need your order number in order to get on that Facebook group. So,
well,
cool.
It's been, bravo to Reef. At the end of the day, it's been a journey, seeing him evolve over the last 10 plus years, where it's all began to where we're at. You could see the writing on the wall. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out come February of last year where things were headed. This was coming. And
I mean, shocks, transmission, rod ends. It just, like, if you're paying attention, you could see
what's happening. And I mean, down to the shocks. Like, there's been just little things that have been done to make it.
And like the gold shocks, like, I already have the bodies ready because it comes with black. So I'm ready with the gold shock bodies.
Nice. There's just a lot of little differences in the parts that he's making, and that's what makes them needed, wanted, coveted. Bravo. There's not a lot of copy. We've seen too many people out there, too many cookie cutters come along slamming their logo on the same damn axles that you're buying from 6 other sites on Amazon.
And no no shade on any of those companies making axle sets that are fantastic. Deluxe, Super Shafty, all those guys are making their own axle sets. But their inherent flaw is that they stay within the AR44 ring and pinion family, right? So it's the same locker, same ring gear, same pinion gear, same overdrive, or portal gears if they're portals. Like, something needed to break that. When we went from 10-1 to AR44, it was a big jump. People were like, "What is this? Like, we don't have spider gears and lockers and all these other things." Like, that was a major change in our industry, 20 years ago. Now it's changing again. So we've had that for so long. People are very used to it. And now this is different. And it's still pretty much the same ratio. It's just different. So let let's let this play out. I've seen these axles absolutely be tortured, full 60 degrees without the without using double joint universals. And there's pros and cons to those double joint universals. I don't know if you know this or not, but like when you lean the tires over, those double joints are so smooth that you don't get that lurch. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you're trying to get over something and you're bellied and you get that lurch when you flop side to side. Those double joints don't do that. So they're absolutely smooth. So you don't get that jerkiness to get you over that edge. So there's some trade-offs with those double U joints. And that's all drive line angles and twist. And I'm not doing math in public, but it's a thing. So do your research. Like if you're doing a comp and you need to get unstuck really quick, I'd rather have that vibration at full 60 than not have it available ever. So that's just me. But yeah, it is what it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So we need to move on. I know you want to get out of here.
Yeah, we want to get out of here. Can we jump in with a little bit of humor real fast? And
let's go, man. I'm ready. I need a laugh.
Let's make fun of me and my dumbass.
Okay.
And my IJ F up.
Oh. Yeah. What did you do today?
Let's make fun of me. What an idiot. Yeah, so I went into this IJ fresh we did the IJ right from day one. We went to the Umagine site and bravo again to Umagine. If you're looking for files, they've already vetted it. They've got the people, they've got the files. Like I do not go to Colts, I don't go to anywhere anymore. Just right to Umagine. We are going to bring Chris in here one day to hang out with him. We can dial in more about.
Hemi is on tap. I talked to him out there.
Perfect.
He's good to go. He's going to do a night with us.
I know it would be a little struggle with this.
Yeah.
But what? 14-hour
time difference. 14-hour time just it's big jump. But yes, so Project IJ is if you're not tracking, it's the hottest hot.
It is. This is
I have an IJ over there, and there's different platforms, and there's different platforms being released all the time. So Vanquish, pretty much all the Vanquish trucks, pretty much all the Vanquish trucks. The G-Made, the now Traxxas TRX4, and there's others. 10.3 has just been added.
I saw that.
10.2 is there. There's a lot of platforms that you can buy the files and print your own frame members, so to speak, to mount the body onto a chassis with those axles and keep all the geometry, which is fantastic because it's all the same body other than maybe comp cut. It's all the same body going on different chassis. So it's fantastic. It's a genius idea, right? They're very highly sought after. There's only, I think, 5 people that are authorized printers. If you don't have a printer and you want to order it, you have to go through the Umagine site. You have to contact one of those 5 people, which I'm one of them, and get your price quote. And then you have to buy the file. You have to pay your printer, and then your printer delivers to you a body in the configuration that you and your printer agree on, whether it's fully assembled with a chassis kit, without a chassis kit, all parts in a box as a puzzle because you want to build it yourself, like Mike did, or that's how you do it.
Are you gonna go that level and provide hardware? Because if you go my route, and you're now left with the next price tag. So that is hardware.
Yes, there are printers on there that will fully assemble a driver all the way to driver. Like They will do the whole project for you. You're going to pay for it. Don't think that the price is super high if you go that route, because you're paying for their time. Project IJ is 40 hours of print time, no matter how you shape it. It's 40 hours. So be prepared for a little bit of sticker shock if you're looking for a body printed for you or assembled for you. So just want a full disclosure. Nobody has accepted my price yet.
For assembly.
For full so all I'm doing is feeding the other 4 guys business, because my printers are manufacturing printers at this point. They're not necessarily for me to do those jobs right now. So I just don't have bandwidth. So my price is higher. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Yes. If you're going to get the work, you're going to get paid for it. And
right. To shut down one of my printers for a full work week,
you're going to pay.
The print in IJ is demands, money.
But like you said, it's always worth checking back in 6 months from now. It might be a completely different environment.
In 3 weeks, my quote might be different.
Correct.
But it's my right now price for me to shut down what else I'm doing.
Put a pin in that.
We'll get back put a pin in that, because we'll talk about that real quick too.
Yep. So the IJ has been a handful, to say the least. Now, I will give it a little bit of credit. Once you get through it, it starts to simplify itself a bit. At first glance, there's a lot. And step 1 sucks with all those little screws around the center console. That should be moved down to the end. There's no freaking reason we start with that one.
Yeah. That's kind of the icebreaker. I agree with you. Like, doing tedious things first is a little hit to the head. It's a lot of little screws and a lot of little pieces that you don't really need until later in the build.
I was just saying, by the end, you're getting used to it. You're getting better with them. I would have rather done it all towards the end.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so we went through your concept. I went with your lead on the color. We got this creamsicle theme, orange and white, which is cool for me because it looks like nothing else I have in my fleet, which was exciting.
That's why we did it, right?
I know. It was by design.
I haven't seen another orange and white yet.
Yeah. So
you're ahead of the curve.
We got to have some fun with the, I was printing seats with wood filament. It just opened up an avenue to tinker. And that's the thing, dude. There's add-on parts now. So once you go down this rabbit hole, you can change your hood, the windshield, the rooftop, the doors. It doesn't end there. So I know Vanquish is thanking this build day after day. The volume, the uptick in sales, people are wanting to build this. So long story short, my dumbass took a VS410 Origin. Yes, a 10-year-old Origin, black edition, my very first Vanquish truck. I saw VS410 and thought, hey, I'll drop this thing right on there. No, it's not going to work with that transmission. It all comes down to the numbers VS410/VM something, and that is spelling out the transmission.
Yes. So these are VFD trucks. So do not disassemble your prize VS410 OG 3-gear transmission truck to make an IJ. What are you doing?
This is
$1,000 truck, $1,000 lightly used truck, and you're turning it into an IJ
with the original box and manual,
with the laser cut inserts.
With the inserts, it was taken out, put back, and put in storage. So
you got an $1,000 used truck, versus a $300 builder's
kit. Yeah. So we
get
went
the builder's
through
kit.
when you could just imagine the look on my face when we went to drop this thing and it's hovering.
Like, you got this big 3-gear transmission in the center of it.
I look at Dreamer, I'm like, hey, bud, dude, pull the center console a second, see if that works.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
We're like ripping pieces. Well, if we Dremel out the entire inside, I'm like, no, something's wrong. Like, not right.
Catastrophically wrong.
So
That's
shout
bad.
out Rob, your boy Rob. So he comes into the picture.
Rob Mathaney. If you're wondering who this guy is, and you're not on the Vanquish buy sell group, you have no idea who Rob is.
Yeah, he is a part of the Vanquish staff meetings and stuff. Like they build and package around his concept of what he's doing.
He orders more than most dealers and most hobby shops monthly. So if you're looking for parts for a Vanquish truck that are very specific or weird, that's the group to go to, and that's the guy to go look and send a private message to. So shout out to Rob for doing that. For years, he's been doing this. So,
it was a great tip. You sent me to him last night at 8:30 at night. He responds instantly, and this is his thing. This is his life now. He's like, dude, I take these calls all the time. Like, you know, not that dumbass of a question, but helping people through this. He's like, hey, you know, for the guys out there that are trying to hide that $400 bang to their joint checking account with the wife, this is your guy. He parted out from him, buy a shock and axle, you know, part the damn thing out over 3 months. He says that's really what he's doing. He's helping people build an expensive truck over time.
And perfect for this IJ, right? So you need a 410 a VFD transmission. You need a twin transmission. You need a set of straight axles or portal axles. Like, he's your guy. Like, in the bag, they get delivered in the bag, brand new.
Yeah.
So it's
that's perfect. The key. So how many other places do you know out there breaking down used trucks? Like, I see these guys pop up all the time. They go and buy a lot of somebody leaving the hobby. Go out and buy 30 cars. They come home, they strip them down, and they throw out the parts. But those are used, and so what he's doing is literally in the bag. So you're getting brand new stuff. That's helpful.
The prices are usually better than Vanquish site because you're getting more than what the Vanquish site offers. So, you know, you want to skid with links. Hey, perfect for him because he doesn't have to take the extra 4 screws out. He just drops the skid plate with the links on it, and you get both, right? So it's perfect. Yeah, there's Dreamstickle.
Yeah, finally, I didn't want to have that overlay there. Oh, there we go. It's there. Little sneak peek at it. That's kind of the concept. It's a crappy photo, but I
got Dreamer in the background. So
I got Dreamer in the background. Sorry about that, bud. I didn't mean to. This was we have not been able to share screen. Just an FYI, I haven't been able to do this for some dumb reason for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So that was more of a test than anything, and I'm doing this without a mouse, and it's a nightmare right now. But so me, we do have a solution. The IJ that I thought was going to be a quick, simple, easy, cheap build now keeps tallying and tallying and tallying. And I definitely was not in the market for a new RC car. So now I basically add one to the list. It's a builder's kit with the Jeep body. But I would tell people, do not sleep on this gosh darn IJ. Because it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
And the good thing about the IJ, especially if you're an at-home printer, right? If you have your own printer, like an A1 Mini, you can build this truck, and you can go through the iterations of modifications just like a real Jeep owner. and spend more money to make it look different than everybody else.
Yep.
You can
The
queue up
pattern.
your color combos. You can do
Bingo.
all these things, and it's not going to stop. Like, to the point where there's now metal bumpers, metal cages. People are designing things around this platform
Yeah.
like it's an axial, right?
Yeah.
But it's it's $50 for the files, and then you can just make it. If you're buying the files for yourself to build your own IJ, just keep printing them.
Yeah.
Like, it's your file, just don't sell it.
Right.
So it's just one of those things. So it's kind of blowing up.
I got in a dumb moment where I was printing 3 of everything in different colors. Am I saying that right? Yeah, 3 of everything, 1 in each different color. So I did like a white, an orange, and I don't know, black or something. But that was just messing around. Like, wow, do I like that better with that? And that's what you're talking about. Now you're going into the detail, you tinker around and make it your configuration. And now, is there an actual IJ Facebook page that we're dealing with? Is there
so Project IJ has a group on Facebook.
Okay.
There's also multiple share sites. People have created these little spin-off groups for it as well. So, but one of the cool things about the Project IJ is availability. Like, if you break a body part, make it again. If you don't like PLA and it's starting to melt, print it in PETG. If you don't like that, print it in ABS so you can sand it and paint it. Or, like a lot of people, just print it really well in a color and leave it alone. So it's a very maker-friendly RC car. So the Elvis trucks are too, but this is a little more customizable. So you can really fine-tune what you want it to be, just like a real Jeep. I've seen tons of replicas of full-size Jeeps with Project IJ sitting on the hood as an exact replica. So it's pretty cool to do that. It's a very neat thing.
It just reminded me of Desmond Mooney's mail truck that he did
with
West.
Yeah, LS Mail. One cool thing that I discovered, and I shared with a couple of the other printer guys, is the roll bar. I've broken my roll bar 3 times.
Okay.
3 times I've broken that roll cage in PETG. And I wouldn't dare to do it in ABS because it just, if it's not going to hold up in PETG, it's not going to hold up in ABS.
Okay.
So I printed it in TPU for AMS, the bamboo stuff. Fantastic. It just takes the hit, bounces, and it's fine. It doesn't break. So if you're printing an IJ and you're listening to this, do your roll cage in TPU for AMS.
Wow.
And don't worry about it anymore. Don't worry about it breaking.
What infill? Do you remember what infill?
Just standard.
Standard.
Whatever 15,
the really.
I never messed with any of the any of the infill rates.
Whenever I mess with that TPU, I always screw with the infill, and it sounds like there's no need.
There's no need to make it solid. The TPU for AMS is a little more flexible than the TPU 95 that you're probably used to, that you can't run through an AMS. This stuff it's very friendly to work with. So by all means, give it a shot. And they have a lot of colors. So they have white, gray, black, red, yellow, I think, is discontinued, and blue is discontinued. But those are roll bar colors, right? That's normal roll bar colors. So give it a shot. You won't regret it. Won't regret it. I would say the only thing is when you assemble it, put a little bit of super glue on your screws when you run them in, and you're fine. Like it kind of acts like a plastic Loctite.
Okay.
And because TPU is a little softer.
Yeah.
It just fills that gap and keeps them from
That's
just
it's
pulling
a
in.
good idea,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's 3D printed. So at the end of the day, keep a
Yep.
little drill next to you. You know, if you got to open up a hole, I was using a all punch on some of the little tiny ones.
Yeah.
You got to ream something out.
Yeah.
But the whole process, you're not left alone. You are not going to be out there left out to dry. There's
Yep.
plenty of people around to get you
Yeah.
through it. I would highly encourage you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
the whole
and quite actually, if you don't have TPU for AMS, or you don't want to mess with TPU for AMS, and you just want a cage, hit one of us up. The vendors that are authorized to print for the IJ, we can print you those individual pieces as well, so you don't have to
pay for
do
the whole damn truck.
The whole damn truck. Now you have to buy a file set that includes it.
Right.
But I don't need to print the whole truck for you.
That's
I can just do the roll cage in a particular filament that you're not comfortable with using,
or maybe a color that somebody didn't. I don't want to buy a whole damn roll for a center console to be yellow. Like
right.
So
like
you might already have a color on hand.
Yeah, I keep in stock white, black, gray, red TPU for AMS. I keep them in stock because things around the house tend to need those filaments. So I just keep all the colors just so I have them. And yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't need to buy a whole kilogram of filament for, I don't know, a couple grams of bar material. Like you can shop that out. And us vendors our merchants are more than willing to work with you on that.
All right. So let's move through this here. I've taken longer than I wanted on the IJ. Let's round this out here with the most important thing. We're gonna jump right to the end. I'm gonna skip all the other nonsense. Tomorrow night. We've been leading up to tomorrow night. And that is the same show that we plug week after week. The boys over at the CowRC, Tyler and Ross over there, they do a fantastic job with all the new product releases. And if you have CowRC product that you are not familiar with, if you maybe have some just the tips and tricks that come out of those guys from different scenarios, and it's not just them, they're getting ideas from the community as they're sharing comments, and it's just a great so if you're a cow person, this is where you want to be.
If you're CowRC, even if you're not CowRC, the CowRC, the Sunday, it's every other, right? So it's Tech Tip Sunday is tomorrow Sunday, and they teased a new release, and actually it's up for pre-order, so it's not a secret.
It's not a secret. I'm going to share the photo.
Okay. So Heath reached out and he was like, hey, I see a need and I want to fill this need. And I was like, okay, cool. What you got? So he explained what he wanted, and I was able to fill the void. So that's not the one for tomorrow. That's future. Good. That's future, which is it's still out there. You can.
Okay. I pulled it from the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's fine. The other picture from Facebook. So if you're not familiar with the Carbon Series mats, they're fantastic, and it's actually my preferred work mat now is the Carbon Series mat because it's rubber, and it's got the nice detail on it with carbon fiber and whatnot, but it's rubber, so it holds up to the chemical use, and it's a little more durable. I don't need as much.
A lot more durable.
A lot more durable. I don't need the magnetic full surface like that. I just don't need that for me. If I was at the races and in pits and there's a lot of table jousting and stuff like that, I would probably need magnetics more. But I don't. I'm gonna say
this Carbon Series was a genius move.
Yeah. So the Carbon Series rubberized mats are fantastic, and they have them in 3 sizes. There's There's the really, really big one, which I call the large mat. There's a medium, which is the picture that Mike showed. And then there's a small one. And here's the small one for size. So if you're doing like diffs and stuff like that, this is the right mat for doing diffs because it keeps all that slop in one place. And it gives you 4 bins around the outside edge. So there's also I got multiples of these. There's a silicone mat that fits inside of that mat that you use for soldering. So if you're doing soldering, this is a solder mat. And I'm not trying to supersede what Cal is doing, but that, like, just for familiarization, this is the solder mat that goes in here. So any of the solder splatters and stuff like that don't
with a little
tear
ruler. Like there's just a lot of
there's a lot of stuff. There's a little ruler in there and a bunch of other cool stuff. But one of the things that we were finding with these carbon mats is the voids, right? So you have the pockets on the edges of these mats, and stuff gets in them, right? And when you put screws in them, there's magnetics to hold it or trap it, but there's sharp corners. So this is the medium mat, and you can see in the pockets, it's still the same rubberized thing. But when you put screws in there, sometimes it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to do it. I mean, you can pop them out, but you got to get underneath of it to pop the screw up and whatnot. So Heath asked for a solution to make it easier to get in and out of these mats when you're working on them. And what we came up with was some 3D printed inserts. Now, on the bigger mat,
you're going to go into detail a little bit more as far as that's the whole point.
Yeah. So you'll see tomorrow if you go watch the Cal Tech, like watch that program. They're going to have a lot of explanation on this. But there's, as Mike showed you with that picture, there's a lot of white on there now. And those are 3D printed pockets that fit these mats perfectly. It's a raised bin. You can pick the bin up. You can empty it out. They're going to share with you a lot of tips on use of these inserts. And the reason we're talking about it now is because my life has been consumed by it, producing these for CalRC. I had the privilege of creating them all. It's my design. It's my first real design for production, and I'm pretty proud of that. I had to learn Fusion as an old dog learning new tricks. I think I did okay, and it fits perfectly. But there's more, and they'll talk about the more tomorrow. So you got to go watch their show to figure out why this new release is so unique and why you need it in your life, especially if you already own this mat. And if you don't own this mat, you need to own this mat. And if you're not an RC guy and you're a firearms guy, you need this mat, because all the oils from firearms and reassembling firearms, no mar, no scratch, no magnetics, and you have an organization tool to really do the job right and do it well, whether you're doing it for yourself or a customer. So if you don't necessarily in the RC, but you know people that do a lot of firearms, you might want to tell them to go watch this show tomorrow on Caltech. Even though it's an RC show, it's not just for RC stuff. So so go over to CalRC. You can see the pre-order. It is open for pre-order now for the large mat, with a coming soon the medium mat. So these will be shipping according to their schedule. I will be shipping these out to Cal on Monday. So he should have them and ready to ship to customers by the 1st of November. So that's as much as I can say about it. The rest of it is up to Cal RC, Tyler Slane, and Adam to explain the rest. But yeah, that's what I do. That's why when you go to the pre-order, Mike, if you can go to the pre-order, or it's under rubber pit mats. You still with me, Mike? You're frozen on my end. No, Mike. Mike left. Mike left entirely. We dropped Mike. I don't know if I can show it on my face page. Let me see if I can find it till Mike gets back. Of course, I search cows on Bing. Cow RC. There we are. Mike's not back yet. Let me see if I can figure out how to share. Share screen. There's the share. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. It's under rubber pit mats, carbon series. And here's the upgrade kit. So hopefully you guys can see this. Yeah, there's all the upgrade kit. So it's a good price for the pre-order. Get you some of that, and you should be in good shape. So there's Mike. So Mike, I'm just sharing the upgrade kit that's on the Cal site.
Perfect.
And you guys can kind of explore this, but they'll fill you in on all the details tomorrow.
I'm gonna remove that.
So there you go.
Perfect. I don't know what the hell happened there. I just completely dipped out and then it froze.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that was a signal. That was me telling us we went overboard.
That's the universe telling you you're 20 minutes over.
So listen, when we come back, there's still so much cool shit to talk about next week. I want to dive into your boom racing truck and the whole reason why we as men start two things at once, Jeremy. Why is that? So when the IJ takes a shit and you can't move forward, why did I start the boom truck? Because you can lead right into that.
Yeah. So leave a comment after this video or during this video, this live, afterwards, leave a comment. Do you have multiple builds going at the same time and why? And next week we will cover our
and I wonder what they are.
Yeah. I do want to know what your multiple builds are.
The why.
But do you keep a backup? Do you do two things at once?
You have to. And but I hate it though. I do curse myself out for doing it, but it's such a relief when you hit that wall. Like, oh shoot, I need to wait for.
We'll talk about it next. We'll talk about it next week.
All right, people. Yep. Thank you. Let me find us an exit strategy here. People, thank you. I saw Dreamer. How you doing, big guy? And Ray and everybody else that tuned in tonight. Thank you. And like Jeremy said, leave your comments, and I'm gonna find. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna figure out my damn mouse. What happened with that? All right. You know what? We're not closing with the video tonight. We're saying goodbye. Peace out. See you next week. Bye-bye. I can't find without my mouse working. I'm lost. And